Hi there. Both your father and your brother's administrations both achieved nuclear weapons reductions through
Yeah.
negotiations. And so I'm wondering, in your presidency, would you follow in their footsteps and resist this push from the nuclear arms lobby to invest $1 trillion in new nuclear weapons?
Yeah, so I appreciate you coming, and what's the name of the group that you guys are part of? Because I've never heard of it.
American Friends Service Committee.
It's the $1 trillion. If you could give me that information, because that must be over 30 or 40 or 50 years, because I can't. I've talked to experts about this, and there's no evidence that the Obama administration is spending nearly that kind of money as it relates to modernizing our nuclear capability, which we need to do. I mean, I think we need to modernize it, and yes, I think we ought to aspire to reductions in arms at the same time. And my brother and President Reagan and my father and President Clinton, and I mean, that's generally kind of been the aspiration, and I think it's a good one. But we now have bigger threats, which are not the East-West Soviet-US threat, it's the threat of the proliferation of nuclear weapons. And this is why I oppose the Iran deal, because making Iran a nuclear threshold country in and of itself without the verification is scary. But then it means that people who are threatened by Iran, which is the entire region around them, will feel compelled to do the same thing. And so part of this has to be that we are all in, as it relates to foreign policy, to pressure these rogue nations, North Korea, Iran, and our allies, to make sure that we don't have many other countries that become countries without the protocols of protection that we once had. That, to me, is the first and biggest challenge. Modernizing the triad, I think, is important as well. And we should always do this with the aspiration of reducing the amount of nuclear armaments that exist.